Phylicia DTV.
Welcome to this week's segment of 3-Minute Weekly News with Phylicia DTV. We have a lot to cover, so let's get started. Our first story this week is about Georgia Congressman Jack Kingston. At a public meeting back in December, Jack Kingston suggested that children that receive free lunch sweep floors in the cafeteria in order to earn their meals. Now, we all know that children that receive free or reduced lunches are most likely from a low-income family. Well, the video from this public meeting has gone viral, and now this congressman is trying to clean up his own mess and defend his comments. Let's go over his exact statement from December. Quote, "Why don't you have the kids pay a dime, pay a nickel to instill in them that there is, in fact, no such thing as a free lunch? Or maybe sweep the floors of the cafeteria." And yes, I understand that that would be an administrative problem, and I understand that it would probably lose you money. But think what we would gain as a society in getting the myth out of their head that there is such a thing as a free lunch. End quote. Now Congressman Kingston is expressing that he never implied that this new work ethic was directed to a specific socio-economic group. But why would children from richer families need to understand that free lunch isn't free when they pay for their own food? Come on, Congressman, clean it up better than that. You want the poor kids to clean in order to pay for their meals. In front of the richer kids, though? Sounds like you were creating targets for bullying to me. But speaking of bullying, a 10th grade girl from Bakersfield, California supposedly served her bullies a special kind of cupcake filled with bodily fluids. According to a student at Bakersfield High School, the young lady passed out cupcakes to the students that had been picking on her. When they asked her why the cupcakes tasted so nasty, she told them that they were filled with pubic hair, sperm, pills, and old food. The cupcakes were destroyed before investigators could test them for bodily fluids, but Bakersfield Police Sergeant Joe Gruggs said that the cupcakes were actually filled with barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, and soy sauce. She got her revenge, but my only thought is that the low-income kids back in Georgia are going to hear about this and do the same thing she did to the rich kids when they have to start sweeping the cafeteria for food. Moving along, President Obama announced this week that Nigeria has accepted the USA's offer to help find the missing girls. The military and law enforcement officials are going to assist in any way necessary, so that's really good news. Moving on to our next story, we have Monica Lewinsky. After 10 long years, she finally decided to break her silence in her recent interview with Vanity Fair, claiming that she wants a different ending to her story. In this interview, she speaks out about her affair with Bill Clinton, her job search struggle, and her reasoning behind breaking the silence now. She also had a correction for Beyonce's new single, Partition. She says, quote, "Thanks, Beyonce, but if we're verbing, I think you meant Bill Clinton all on my gown, not Monica Lewinsky," end quote. I mean, she does have a point. But we are going to end this week's segment with Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Yes, the new season has begun and the social media outlets have been jumping, okay? So real quick, from the responses that I personally have received on Instagram and Facebook, most people think that, one, Nikko intentionally leaked the sex tape of himself and Mimi. By the way, check out their V103 interview on YouTube. I'll make sure I add the links in the information section. 2, Mama D needs to mind her own business. 3, Bambi should not have been riding that bike to see Scrappy. I really agree with that one. She should not have been riding that bike. 4, the season seems very scripted already. It pretty much seems fake. And 5, Kirk was right. Rashida's mother should not be kissing baby Carter on the lips. But Kirk needs to chill until he gets the DNA results, then talk junk. And 6, where is Tracy and DJ Drew? Good question. I was wondering that. Where have they been? I was looking forward to seeing them back on. But anyway, that's all that I have, so I will see you next week. Be sure to follow Phylicia DTV on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, if you hear of any interesting news stories throughout the week, please let me know.
What you thinking about? What you thinking about? What you thinking about? Phylicia DTV.